Tell me what's going on, my friend. Let me start by getting the engine size, please.
As far as I know, it's a four-cylinder 2.0 turbo.
And what's going on with it?
Well, they have those pop-up screens, and the wires break because they keep moving. So all I did was fix the pop-up screen. I took it out of the dash. I didn't touch anything else. It was pretty simple. But since those wires probably touched something, it blew a 5-amp fuse, which I found, and replaced it. And the pop-up screen works great. But then, as soon as I turn on the car, and every single warning light is on. I don't have power assisted steering. I don't have, my speedometer doesn't work. No, what else? It just, everything went to crapola. I don't know why. Because all I did was swap out one fuse.
Right.
I didn't touch anything. And right now, I just took off the battery cables. It's been off for at least at positive hour. I don't know if it's going to work to reset it.
Right.
But and I looked at the other fuses. That with the other fuses, I didn't check the ones in the trunk. I think those are capacitors. I'm not sure. I didn't want to touch those because they're pretty big ones. But I don't think changing out a 5-amp fuse would do that.
So if you just changed out, if you pulled one fuse out and put a new fuse back in place, you put it back in the right spot and didn't touch anything else, well then no, it shouldn't do it. It shouldn't cause this problem.
Because I found it immediately because these Audis have fuse panels on the driver's side, the passenger side, and in the back. And I found it on the passenger side. It was pretty simple. There's not too many fuses in these cars, actually, except in the back. I didn't want to touch those. But I didn't even look in there until I found this problem. I'm thinking something blew. So I didn't even go in the back, into the trunk area. And swapped out the fuse, no big deal. And man, I started the car. I just started. It runs fine. Lights work. Everything's great. Traction control light is on. Parking brake light is on. Everything is on. And I know that I don't know what it is just by swapping out the 5-amp fuse, because the 5-amp fuse blew because those wires probably touched on that pop-up screen.
Right.
And my pop-up screen works great, and this is a weird thing. So I'm trying to reset it. Took off the battery cable now, and it's been off for 45 minutes. I don't know, see if that works. But if that doesn't work, could I maybe get a diagnostic on it or something?
Well, you're going to have to. There's codes in the computer that would basically tell the technician why in the world these lights are on.
It's just really weird because that car runs perfectly great. You take your Everett. That's what that one fuse, man, and everything went to shit. I can imagine. I was just curious of what would cause that. I'm not these newer cars savvy, but swapping out a fuse, man, everything went to hell.
In some cases, you may have to do some sort of relearn with a compatible scan tool. You may have to do some sort of reset with a compatible scan tool. But not only European vehicles and Audi, they can certainly be difficult to diagnose and fix. They're very finicky, but as far as I'm aware, pulling this one fuse shouldn't have caused this. So the only way to know for sure is really to get the answer that you're looking for. We have to plug into the computer, we have to extract the codes from the computer, and then go from there. So this will tell us what's going on, if it's related or if it's not related, or maybe it's just a coincidence, right?
I'm sure it's something I did. I didn't really do anything, but it did something to the car.
Right. Let me ask you this. Was it fuse number 2? Was it the 5-amp fuse number 2 in the front, in the fuse panel C, right end of dash? Is that the one you replaced?
There was one on the passenger side. I got it all closed up now, and it was pretty obvious to see. It was on the driver's side, passenger side. I think it was probably number 2. It was near the top, from what I recall. And it was blown, and I replaced it.
Right.
And like I said, my screen, pop-up screen, works great. It's back to normal.
Right.
And I didn't touch any of the fuses. I looked to see if anything else was blown after all these lights showed up on my car. But I don't know what the heck happened. What I'm thinking is...
Would you like me to recommend either a shop in your area or maybe a mobile mechanic so they can come on and take a look at it?
Actually, that probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I travel a lot, not with this car, but it's a company vehicle. But in Central Colorado, I don't know if there's a place that deals with it. I don't want to take it to a dealership because that would kill me.
It'd be expensive.
I'm wondering if I could take it, because most AutoZones, Track Autos, and stuff like that have like those little diagnostic machines and get the codes off of it. Would that help? And maybe, or I won't be able to do anything without a computer or something.
Well, yes, it will help. It's a good place to start. Will you be able to diagnose the problem based off the codes? Maybe not. We don't know, but we got to get those codes. That's going to be the first step, 100%.
That's what I was thinking too. I was just wondering if you ever heard of that happening. You changing out a 5-amp fuse and then...
Not really, not normal. No.
And you've had this car for, almost 5 years, and it runs like a dream.
Right.
And I just think that changed out that fuse and everything went to shit. I know I have it in the right spot because the pop-up screen works now. And so, all right, so probably take it in, basically.
Well, and again, I'm going to recommend a mobile mechanic or a shop in your area.
That'd be great. I'll be in town all week, so hopefully that'll help. So the car drives. It's fine. Lights work. Everything works for it. Just the power steering is weird. And I got every single light on my brakes work, even though it says there's a problem with the brakes and something electronically happened.
Right.
I just don't know. I just wondered if you ever heard of that. And I never tinkered with my car, but fixing a screen was an easy fix. So it's like,
right. So there's no other broken wires back there?
It has a pop-up screen, so it folds up and down, and it goes into the dash. Over the years, this is a 10-year-old car. They fray and they break. The common thing it's not like those screens that are just flat out right on your dash.
Mm-hmm.
It pops up, and it's stock, and so they're notorious for just going out. It's actually been out for like a year. I finally just decided to fix it for kicks and giggles, which wasn't hard, but the screen going in and out, the wires pulls the cables, the power, everything with it, and then back in again. And you do that 100 times, they break.
Right.
And that's what happened. And I spliced it, taped it up, everything works fine. Right. And then, of course, those two wires probably touched when it was going in and out because I had a dark screen. It still went up and down. I just didn't get any viewing from the display.
Right.
So it still worked.
Well, I tell you what, let me go ahead and send some information over in the chat for you. Talking about this isn't really going to get it fixed. We got to get the codes.
That's what I was thinking. I've been doing some research, and I'm not a car guy. That's why I think with you guys, and I figured that would probably be the course to go.
If you get the codes from your local auto parts store, just reply back with the codes, and I'll be happy to continue to assist you.
That'll be great. If I do that, do I contact you personally, or?
Well, you're going to go back to the website, and you're going to reply back to the chat.
No, that's fine. No, that's cool.
No, because here's the thing. I would love to help you out any way possible, but I would get in big trouble if me and you connected or contacted each other outside of the website, so we can't do it. You got to go back to the chat.
I understand. I didn't know if you worked in an office or something like that. But no, that's perfect, man. I'll go back to the app. And how do I get you back, or just anybody?
When you reply back to our conversation, it's already assigned to me, and so I'm going to get the reply. I'll get an email saying that you replied. I'll get back with you as soon as I can.
Oh, all right. So what I'll do is I'll get a diagnostic and some codes and see what happens. Huh?
You got it, my friend. That sounds good.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate your help, man.
All right, you bet. You're welcome. Good luck, and let me know what you find.
Will do.
All right, take care.
All right, bye.